Can you imagine flying on a plane with no roof? Sounds delusional? Well, as fake as it would sound, it actually happened. In today's video, we'll speak about the plane that landed without a roof. On April 28th of 1988, Aloha Airline Flight 243, which was a Boeing 737, was scheduled to fly between Hilo and Honolulu in Hawaii. The captain of the flight was a 44-year-old pilot named Robert. He had a total of 8,500 flight hours. 6,700 out of those hours were in a Boeing 737. The first officer was a 36-year-old named Madeline Tompkins. Also had a lot of flying hours in a Boeing 737. Flight 243 departed for Hilo International Airport at 1:25 p.m., with a total of 5 crew members and 90 passengers, heading to Honolulu. When the crew completed the checklist of the plane prior to the flight, nothing really seemed off. It was normal. After taking off, the plane reached its normal flight altitude, which was 24,000 feet. At around 1:48 p.m., after about 23 miles, the plane was southeast on the island of Maui. The crew heard a sound from the top left side of the aircraft. They were confused. Did they hit something or was it lightning? The captain was starting to lose control of the aircraft. The first officer started noticing bits and pieces of the gray insulation inside their cockpit. Little after, the cockpit door broke, and the crew could see the blue sky. A huge section of the roof was torn off, from behind the cockpit to the wing area. When the incident took place, First Officer Madeline was flying the plane. However, the captain took over the controls and was making an emergency landing. The crew declared to the control that they would land an emergency, but before landing, the left engine failed, which made it ever more difficult for the crew. They could not tell if the nose of the plane was lowered correctly for landing. Regardless of all the hardships they faced, they still made it and landed successfully, which was 13 minutes after the incident. As soon as they landed, the emergency slides were let out for the passengers to evacuate quickly. 65 people were injured, out of which 8 were seriously injured. Maui were not ready for such an incident. The injured were taken to the hospital with tour vans, which were driven by mechanics and office workers. As crazy as this incident sounds, fortunately not many lives were lost. But unfortunately, one flight attendant vanished. It was said that she was swept out of the plane when the incident took place. She was standing near the 5th row seats. Sadly, she was never found. The plane that was involved in the incident had 35,496 flight hours, which means a total of 90,000 flight cycles. This number was twice the number that the plane was designed for, yet it was still used. Aloha Airlines operated 2 of the highest flight cycles in Boeing 737. In which the incident took place in the second one. The damage that the plane underwent was huge, with the horizontal and vertical stabilizers being dented and damaged. The wings of the aircraft and engines were severely damaged as well. The plane was very badly damaged and wasn't going to be repaired. It was dismantled on site. The piece of the fuselage that was blown away during the flight was never found. The investigation concluded that the plane was very old and worn out. The accident was caused by metal fatigue and surface corrosion. After all, the plane was in service for 19 years, and it operated in coastal areas, which was in constant exposure to salt and humidity. After the incident, all 737s were manufactured with an additional outer layer, or a double sheet with the fuselage. The plane that was included in the incident did not have double layer. This is the end of today's video. What do you think of this accident? Share with us in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on to receive the latest from us. See you in the next one.